Okay, so the Deadpool trailer, also like the Suicide Squad one, was released, kind of leaked in a leaked sense. It wasn't an
Mm.
official one, so quality was pretty bad.
Yeah, there's this kind of like a zoomed in one, so you can see it a bit clearer because they otherwise it's like across a room from like a silly angle.
Yeah. What I did was I watched this on my TV using my Google Chromecast, which blows it up, which is fine, but it kind of, because it's blurry, I think you're better off seeing it compacted on like a phone or a tablet. The audio is pretty good, so you can pretty much watch it in reasonable quality so you can see what's going on. But yeah, this film is definitely R rated, which is the only real direction you would want to take Deadpool, because you're not seeing his character to his full effect in a PG-13. I mean, he could make a good film, but it's not. It wouldn't really do him justice.
Yeah, they're definitely doing a new origin for him, so we're completely throwing out that crap from the original Wolverine.
Yeah. No, I mean the timeline has changed anyway, hasn't it, with Days of Future Past. Was that Stryker that I saw? I couldn't tell from the trailer. Was it the same actor that played Stryker in Days of Future Past? Because that would make sense, wouldn't it? Because he's a Weapon
I
X
couldn't
guy.
tell. It was just too blurry to like follow much of anything.
I probably should have looked it up. One thing that got me by surprise in the trailer, and it was I already knew, but I'd forgotten that Colossus is in this film as well from the X Men, isn't he?
I was actually going to ask, is that definitely
It
Colossus or
is.
just some of the Chrome guy? But yeah, it looked
Yeah,
very much like Colossus.
yeah, no, it is. So they aren't kind of spinning it off and kind of forgetting its X Men continuity or tie-in. They're definitely tying it in. So next year we're gonna get three X Men films. Really, and there's a Gambit film as well, which we'll probably have a trailer for that in about 6 months or time or something if we're lucky. Channing Tatum's playing Gambit, so that I don't know if it looks good. We don't really know much about it, but hopefully I'm sure it will be. So, but yeah, the like you said, they obviously go with a new origin in comparison to the last one. The right origin this time.
Yeah, he sounds. I mean, you can't really see because again the quality's so poor. But it does look very much like he's bald when he's Deadpool. Presumably he's all scarred up. Because he's like having this conversation with the guy across the table. The guy's like, Jesus.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the other guy is played by Ryan Reynolds as well. The guy who got glasses and everything. I don't know exactly what's going on there, but it just looks really funny. The best bit in it that really grabbed me was a bit where he says, "I don't want to have a green
Yeah, he's like,
costume
I'm gonna have powers. I'm gonna do right by somebody, and don't put me in a green super suit
or
or
animated."
animated.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it sounds really funny to that because I knew they were going to throw references in because that's something that they're pretty much doing. If there's a lot of talk about it, they'll tend to do that because they know where the fan base is, why the
Also,
character's
if
so
you've got
popular.
Deadpool, that's kind of what his character is.
Yeah,
He breaks the fourth wall all the time. So
yeah.
if he wasn't, it would be like weird.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it'd be weird to us, but I think we only really represent like a very, very small minority of the film going audience. So to like
Yeah, but
95%.
if you start cutting things out like that, I think they finally like grasped. If you start cutting out key things from a character
Yeah,
before you make it into a movie, it doesn't matter if most of the movie going audience aren't going to get that that's been cut out. You're cutting out a part of that character, and it's not going to work the same way.
yeah.
I think they're
Unless.
finally getting that because they don't seem to be just taking these characters, butchering them,
Mm,
taking out all this other weird stuff, shoving this other stuff in because it'll test well with like these audiences,
yeah.
and then wondering why they've got an absolute mess on their hands.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was like the Catwoman film. I mean, I know I mentioned that before. It's like, who did that film appeal to? It didn't appeal to the general film going audience. It didn't appeal to the fans of Catwoman, which probably represent, like I say, 5% of the actual audience. It appealed to nobody, which is why it was such a failure. Now with Deadpool, I mean, they could have gone and like just use their own artistic license kind of thing, not use the actual the comics, and just take away so many fundamental things, and they could still have it work. But if they're going to do that, they might as well start from scratch and just make their own. So
One comment I do want to make: you hate both these things, but Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones have actually both shown you can translate things like much more faithfully to film than they were doing up until that point when each of these things came out.
yeah, yeah. No, I mean
Like I said,
nowadays,
dislike them, that's personal
yeah,
preference.
it's
Not going to like
not
start about that, but
it's
it
not an
is kind
argument,
of
is it?
worth noting that.
No,
Which I think he has started a trend of like people realizing, well, hey, we can go a lot closer to the original source material. And, well, strange enough, the fact this original source material grabbed all these people to start with actually means we probably can't improve it that much, so we should leave it the hell alone.
No, it's true, because, why reinvent the wheel is an argument that a lot of people kind of bring into it. That's something they're saying with Ghostbusters as well. A lot of haters are kind of saying, well, it's all female cast, the new one, and that it's going to be rubbish because they're doing something that wasn't what the original thing was about, so why is it going to work? It could work if they do their own thing, but that's another argument anyway, so... But as for Deadpool, I've noticed as well that in the trailer they used the... it wasn't identical, but there were a lot of key bits where he's on top of the bridge, which was the test footage.
Yeah.
I think that was made in like 2010. So a year after, in context, that's a year after they did the Wolverine Origins film where we saw Deadpool in that. They did have this idea to make this Deadpool film with Ryan Reynolds because he voiced the thing. I think he might have done the motion capture as well. And they just kind of sat on it for years and then leaked the test footage to see what to kind of test the water, test the fan reaction, not just the Deadpool fan reaction, but just the general movie going audience fan reaction, and it was very positive. And then surprise, surprise, a month or so later they greenlit the actual film. If they hadn't already kind of decided that that's what they were going to do before unofficially. So yeah, I mean, they used elements of that in this film, which I knew they were anyway because it was like set photographs where it was like, yeah, they're doing that scene in the film where he jumps off the bridge and he's drawing the picture of that you see later on. Now, no, it's not identical because there's bits where he says about, you want to know why I'm wearing red. That's so bad guys can't see me bleed. And he's got a good right idea. He's wearing brown, That was he said that, but he said that before he jumped. He said that to the audience in the test footage by breaking the fourth wall. But in this, he actually says it to the characters in the film. So he does break the fourth wall in the trailer, I noticed. But whether or not he's going to do it a lot, or maybe just have a couple of bits where he does it, I don't know. That's something that's either going to ride with audiences or it's not. I don't know. I personally love the idea of it. But we'll see how it...
Like I say, again, it's part of the character, and if you start cutting it out, you're taking something away from the character. Unless you replace it with something worthwhile, it's less of a character than it was. It's like, oh, we're going to have Superman, but yeah, he's not going to be able to fly in this because flying's shit.
Yeah, that's what's his name said,
okay,
isn't it?
Why? Well, we just don't like that, so we're not having that in. Well, that's kind of part of the character, so why the hell would you cut that out?
Yeah, was that John Peters guy that said that to Kevin Smith? It's like, yep, don't want him to fly. Don't like it.
I was actually, that was just a random example.
But you just make it up. No, the guy actually said that. Watch the Kevin Smith video. I think you might have already seen it, actually. I'm sure we've talked about this. Where Kevin Smith, in the late 90s, was doing Superman.
I've seen bits of it, but I don't think I've seen it that far.
You gotta watch the whole thing, it's hilarious. Kevin Smith's not really all that funny, usually. He's not like a stand-up comedian, but this...
He's talked to you about the giant spider?
Yeah, that's the thing, yeah. Yes, because John Peters was going to take away from Superman that he flew and that he's in a costume, I think, as well. You just don't like it. Don't want him to fly. It's like, what the hell? But the point is, yes, you can take away stuff like that.
At that point, just have another character.
Yeah, but you can take away from Deadpool that he doesn't break the fourth wall, or that he does break the fourth wall. You can take that away. Fine. It might piss off the fans, and a lot of people that don't know about Deadpool, which might be 95% of the movie-going audience, won't know the difference because they didn't know that's what he did. But if it's something that works with the people that love him now, having not seen a film come out, if he works in the comics and the games, which is what he does, if it works so brilliant, that's what people love about him, put it in the movie, because when the people that see that, the 95% that didn't know that he did that see it, they're going to love it, because the 5% loved it, because they're maybe a microcosm of what the larger audience, which they are doing. I mean, I'm kind of getting a bit, going off on one a bit, as if they're not doing it. They are doing it, so that's good. But that's an example of, it's a judgment call, I know, because some things you can't leave in. Like Bullseye in Daredevil. You didn't really want the costume with the thing over his head with the bullseye. They kind of did their own thing, where he had a kind of scar of a bullseye in his forehead, which looked better for film. They were taking away something, doing another thing.
It's almost one of those things where it's almost like if there was an Ultimate Comics version of him, I imagine that's what it would have looked like. Although the Ultimate Comics weren't really a thing back then, I don't think.
I think they were
Or
just getting started.
I don't think there was an Ultimate Daredevil at that point.
No, yeah, it was 2003, I think, when they made that. But I think they were just getting started with the Ultimates by then. But that's another example.
Originally, it was just like the Ultimates, which were like the Avengers, Spider-Man, and the X-Men.
Yeah.
I think they expanded the Ultimate Universe to like Fantastic Four and a load of other stuff later, but
yeah. Yeah, so again, like I say, I mean, sometimes when they do go off and do their own thing, it can work. Like with Bullseye, I mean, Daredevil, the film wasn't great, but I thought the Bullseye character was one of the few things about that really was great.
Anyway, let's go back to the trailer because we're getting off topic.
Yeah, well, no, that's what I mean. I mean, that's the with the actual Deadpool thing. Although they are sticking to a lot of the character stuff that we know is established from the comics, and not just use their own artistic license. Maybe they're not taking as many risks. I don't know, maybe it is taking a risk by doing the using the origin stuff. You know, the actual subject material. But we'll see what plays out like. I didn't get the sense from the trailer that it was very low budget, because I think that's one thing about this film. It's going to be fairly low budget in comparison to the actual X-Men, which are like very expensive films, like for 20th Century Fox.
Yeah.
I think.
I didn't see any indication of him having like actual powers.
No.
So I know in the comics he can teleport and he can regenerate, I seem to recall.
Yeah, and he's pretty much immortal as well, isn't he? So.
Yeah, it's kind of like Wolverine crossed with Nightcrawler, I think.
Yeah. There are rumours, and again, it's so baseless rumours, but I'm just saying it would be cool if it came to pass that they would cross over the X-Men universe with Marvel universe, because we could see Thanos and Deadpool. Like, they would never. I don't think they would ever do that. I don't even know how that would work. I know it works in the comics, Deadpool and Thanos. That's what I'm just thinking. It'd be great, like, to see those two like competing for like Lady Death's, affection. But yeah, there's rumours about the crossovers, but I don't think they're going to go there. Whether they cross Deadpool and the X-Men, the three films that are coming out next year, whether or not how they all tie in together, or do they tie in at all? I don't know. We'll wait and see.
I think it would be smarter at first to kind of keep them at least separated to a degree until you see how well they're working.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that.
I think that's one kind of slight sticking point I have with DC. They've planned a lot, but they don't really have they don't have things down as much as Marvel did by the time Marvel was saying, yeah, this is only one big thing.
Yeah. Like
they
a
could
roadmap.
have kind of, I mean, if Iron Man hadn't gone well or Thor had bombed, they could have kind of ejected.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, they can, if one thing doesn't work, just kind of tie it off and leave it on its own. But if it does work, then you can integrate it more. So at this early stage, yeah, I mean, I don't see any real need to sort of have Deadpool, elements of the plot line in Deadpool then lead into X-Men Apocalypse, and then elements of that to lead into the Gambit film. They can just kind of keep them separate, but kind of like they did with Thor and Captain America, the two films from 2011. They did tie together. They had like the Tesseract in them, in both kind of thing, but. And the whole issue of Odin's chamber and all that kind of stuff was in the Captain America film as well, without them really being sequels to each other. They just kind of, the link's there if you want to see it. So they'll probably do that with these X-Men films. That's the point I'm making.
Anyway, anything else you want to add? Or?
No, not really. So I think we'll just leave it there. So those are our 3 reviews. If you haven't seen the other ones, the audience watching this, we've just done one for Suicide Squad trailer and also Batman v Superman trailer as well. So check those out. We're going to see Ant-Man, aren't we, as well on Friday?
Yeah,
so
we'll be doing a review of that, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So check back brandxreviews.com, and if you want to follow us on social media, there's a lot of information coming up on how you can do that. So for now, we will leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Just so you know, for more news, reviews and retrospectives, you can like our page on Facebook, simply called Brand X Reviews. But as well as that, you can also subscribe to us on YouTube via this video. You can also bookmark our website, which is brandxreviews.com, which is pretty much a central hub for everything that I've just mentioned. So check that out, and we will see you next time. Thank you very much.